runny nose, cough, sneezing, aching pain. By the time we got off the phone, I was sneezing and coughing. I felt miserable. I had the chills. I had a fever. It was just over and over and over again. She kept asking me and instilling, no. But by the time it was done, yes, I do. Now I have all of those things. Can I take anything? And,
no.
And so I think there is, we all know the power of our brain and our words and, all of that. And so it is just suffice it to say, double up, take triple, quadruple your vitamin C, get lots of rest and fluids. And I've got the can of Lysol that I sprayed around in the studio.
I did. Have a can of Lysol.
Yes.
I'm surprised you haven't sprayed me down yet.
I would if I didn't
spend much time in the same space.
If I didn't think you would hack it up all back over me. So it is great to be back. Good to be. It is miserable to be down and out. But let's get this show on the road, right?
Okay.
What do you want to be in 3 years? What do you want to be known and or famous for?
What do I want to be known and or famous for in 3 years?
In 3 years, Eric, I'm not going to put you on the spot here, but Kyle Wilson, he says that if you want to be world class in specific areas of your lives, you need clarity, you need focus, you need commitment, and you need to ask yourself this 3-year question. It's the power of this 3-year question. Who do I want to be in 3 years? And what do I want to be known and or famous for? And it's a little different twist of where do you see yourself 3 years from now? Because where you see yourself 3 years from now, you're like, living here, doing this, going there, right? But who do I want to be?
You're shifting the perspective from where you see yourself to what other people are seeing you as.
Yes, right? Not just physically where you're going to be, but who are you going to be? And what will you be known for? What will people think of you as? And so this 3-year question, who do I want to be in 3 years? And what do I want to be known and or famous for? He says, it helps you do 4 powerful things when you ask this 3-year question. Number 1, it helps you get clear on what you should and should not be focusing on.
This is huge. Being clear on who you are wanting to become and what you want to be known for impacts everything, right? From your daily to-do list to the books and seminars that you're going to invest in to the people and mentors that you choose to be around.
Right. It helps you pick what, who, what, when, and even the things to say no to.
Right.
If it's not serving in that direction, gets you really clear, because being busy and saying yes to and just having it all is not the answer.
Asking the 3-year question also helps you get from point A to point B when you're not really sure what the big picture is.
Right. You might not know what you want to be doing 5, 10, and 20 years from now. There's no way to know. Just with the times changing and with the who knows where you would be 20 years from now.
Right.
But if you can get clear on 3 years, Kyle Wilson says this can be the stepping stone to what's next, right? You don't always have to see the whole staircase to take the next step. An example of this, he says, is years ago, he used to dream and visualize and desire to go from getting 200 to 300 people in a seminar room to getting 2,000 people in a seminar room.
Right.
He wanted to be known as a great events promoter. So with that clarity, that focus, that commitment, he was able to do that because everything was focused on, I want to be known as a great events promoter.
Right. And once you hit that goal of 2,000 people, then the equation changes and you do everything differently. So your 3-year question also changes and adapts to it.
Absolutely. It helps you overcome resistance when you ask this powerful 3-year question. He says just this week he was fighting off the flu.
With the rest of us.
Yes.
Yep.
He says with a packed schedule and an event coming up, I knew regardless I had so many things on my to-do list, but the 3-year vision was pulling me. So I stepped back, decided I would do my best to tap into the top 10% of my desires, my goals, my passion. And in spite of not feeling great, I could still make things happen.
It's the fuel to your why. Yeah, absolutely.
Because challenges will come, resistance, obstacles, they are going to show up. Sickness, real legitimate things and even not so legitimate things. But it'll help you continue going, especially if you've had rejection.
Sure.
How do you bounce back to help? Not that you won't hit those obstacles, but it'll help you bounce back even further.
And finally, asking this 3-year question on a regular and consistent basis helps you make sure that you're playing for the right things, right? There's nothing worse than paying a price that's too big for something you really don't even want. The 3-year question helps you clarify that your goals are worthy for the price that you will be paying. And there is an exchange, right? Mm-hmm. There's always going to be exchange for what you're willing to pay. And you may say, well, that's not money, my time. Your time is money. Your time is valuable, certainly. But whatever it is that you put in, are you playing for the right reasons?
Well, every time you say yes to one thing,
right,
you're saying no to something else.
That is correct.
And so there is always a consequence. There's always something that has to give, and there is a price to pay. And it might be a relationship. It might be habits that you currently have now. It might be things you've just always done, and now it's time for a change, and things have to shift up. And so he says, when you look at an athlete or even a single mom or a person fighting a major challenge and they push past all that adversity, it's because they have that big enough why.
Yep.
It's that clarity to where I'm going, who I want to be, and what I want to be known for. He says the answer to your 3-year question needs to inspire you, it needs to challenge you, and it needs to pull you. Right? You can't just stay in your comfort zone. You can't do what you've always done and get something different. And, for many people these days, I'm hearing that there's like this magnetic pull pulling them in a new direction.
Right.
Opportunities that we didn't even see before are showing up for them. And so which comes first, the chicken or the egg? Like, did the opportunity show up, or were you open to the opportunity showing up? And by having that 3-year question, now he says it's also okay to not be 100% clear on what the answer is. I think if we were to sit down just right now and say, well, who do I want to be in 3 years? What do I want to be known for? We haven't given it any thought yet. And so we can't be super clear on it just yet. Keep asking the question, the answer will soon present itself.
Good piece of advice right there. We appreciate Kyle for his contribution to this. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will return with more positive business talk right after these messages. You are listening to Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros